ever Corner Booth Pregame, the show where me and Kevin are live and we bullshit for, I don't know, half hour talking about any topics in sports. It's kind of a loose leaf conversation, sort of like the Sunday special, but a little more animated. It is the corner, it is the pregame, so we are having a few. So I got a Guinness, Kev's got a little whiskey. It's gonna be a good time. We're talking sports jerseys, we are talking 80s and sports. We got a big show tonight anyway, but this is to lead you guys into it, to have a little fun. So first off, Kev, welcome in. And I'm not gonna make a PFT joke right now, but the Alabama hat with the sunglasses is just screaming this guy wants to go on vacation.
I am channeling my inner Scott Zolak. And if anyone doesn't know, he does Patriots games here. He played quarterback for the Pats and played for Maryland in college. And he is notorious. He always wears sunglasses or always has them in his collar, just ready to go.
Listen, I can't knock it. I got sunglasses in my car. I got them next to my bed. I have a pair in my backpack. They're all different styles looking, so sometimes I pull one out and I'm looking like, okay, this is not working with what I'm wearing. Especially when you wear Oakleys with a suit. You just look like a tool at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think it's the Oakleys with a suit with you. I think it's just you.
I think you're using the wrong word. Tool really doesn't describe me that well. But
yeah, douchebag.
I was going to say asshole. That's kind of my calling card. But, all right. Either way, so, Kev, the first thing we were talking about, so we got our jerseys on today. So, Kev, who are you rocking right now?
Rocking a Red Sox World Series champs Chris Sale jersey.
Nice. I am rocking a Nike throwback Brian Dawkins 2004 jersey. Of course, the black unis are my favorite, as everyone who knows me knows that. Brian Dawkins also being my favorite Eagle of all time. I literally hold that man in higher esteem than some extended family members. But anyway, we look at – so I got a question for you, Kev. What is your favorite jersey you own of all time?
Favorite jersey? Oh, that's a tough one. I am very partial to my Cleveland Indians Wild Thing jersey. For the movie Major League. I've talked about it before when you had Steve Peralta on. I love that movie. I love that jersey. But honestly, I might have to go just my Alabama football jersey. I spent 4 years down there. I have worn that to more bars than I can count. I've spilled more alcohol than I can count on it. Just a lot of great memories in that thing.
Fair enough. All right, for me, it's either this one or my Carson Wentz authentic jersey. It's stone and stitch lettering, everything. I got it when he was only 4 weeks into his career because he had those 3 crazy games, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll believe in this kid because I wasn't sold on Wentz originally, and then his rookie season he became like my favorite player instantly. So it was kind of like I hit my boy up because he had a buddy who worked at Nike. So I said, hey, listen, I need a favor. Can he get me a discount on a Wentz jersey? He goes, yeah, I got you. $60. That's all you need. I'm like, yeah. He goes, he's got employee discount. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, dude, he's been working there for like years. So I show up I'm thinking of getting like one of these, like, like the patch Don jerseys, whatever, nothing crazy. And I show up he worked in my gym. And I'm like, yo, Andy, what up? Where's my jersey? He goes, I'm going to the lounge. Hold up. He walks me up to the employee lounge, tosses me a bag. Inside, it's got like the Nike logos, everything on it. He goes, and I'm feeling it's like authentic stitching, not like the basic stitch. I'm talking the heavy letters for like game day jerseys. And like it's got tight sleeves and everything. Like I could roll this thing up on shoulder pads. It's crazy. So that is my favorite jersey. It's very snug, especially when I put on a little weight last year and then took it off subsequently later. But it's definitely my favorite jersey to wear.
Yeah, that's a good one. Also, I thought of another one. I have a Terry O'Reilly Bruins jersey, and I don't know if anyone here doesn't really – I know you don't really watch hockey a lot outside of the Penguins, or that's even playoff time.
Yeah.
But he played for the Bruins back when my dad was younger. And if he played earlier than that, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm not trying to age you too bad.
Stone Cold Steve.
This dude could skate. He could fight. He could put up points. It was incredible.
Nice.
I wore it to a bar in Tuscaloosa one night with my buddy Dylan. And no one in the South cares about hockey, especially in a college town. There might be some people in Atlanta who still love the Thrashers, but I walk in and I order a drink. Bartender goes, "Oh, you a hockey fan?" I said, Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts. I love hockey. I love the Bruins. He goes, oh, cool. Takes the remote to the TV near me and starts flipping through channels. He goes, hey, I couldn't find a Bruins game, but I found this Capitals versus Penguins game. It's like, oh, I love you so much. He got a good tip that night.
Yeah, nice. I always love when bartenders do that. So like at my sister's bar she used to work at, shout out to Pies and Pub, Middlebury. It's me and my boy Chris go there for every football on Sunday. So when my sister and her friend Gabby used to work there, I used to be able to come in either if it was after going out that night before or just watching college football night with my buddies, maybe hungover, whatever. I used to be able to come in. And I also, one of the girls I used to go to high school with used to bartend there too. So either Serena, Gabby, or Helene used to just hand me the remote. And at 12:55, I would pick every single game on the 7 TVs in order of which way I wanted to watch them because I was always the first one there. So it was the best. I mean, now I go there and I got to kind of nudge the bartender. I'm like, hey, listen, sweetheart, I need to put the Eagles game on. It's what happens because, I don't have Sunday ticket right now. And I'm always like, I always get I know the bartender there now, but I didn't originally. But so now she knows the drill. The second she sees that Eagles, the Wentz or Dawkins jersey, clicks it to the Eagles game. So, but I don't know. I love when bartenders always kind of fix the game for you. The worst is though when you got a fan who's or somebody's like, hey, can you put golf on? It was week 5. I think it was Eagles. It was Eagles and I think it was Eagles. It was a good game. It was Eagles. Whoever they play after the Packers, can't remember. It was Eagles game. Then there was a big game for the Giants, big game for the Pats, and then there was a big game for the Chiefs. So those 4 teams came up. This guy's like, hey, you want to put the open on? And there was 60 of our fans. We all turned to look at the guy I'm like, bro, you nuts? And the bartender walked over and goes, buddy, I don't think that's a good idea. And the thing is I'm a pretty mild person at the bar. The way I act when I'm playing Madden, Kev knows, or when I'm watching Eagles game at home or a Hurricanes game is I'm insane. But when I'm at the bar, I'm pretty calm. I'm actually deadly quiet. It's a little terrifying. When I'm watching the football with people, my emotions go. So there was only one time I ever got up and almost fought some guys. It was after we lost to Cam Newton and the Panthers. There was the Eric Reed, Malcolm Jenkins fight game. It was mid-season last year. We blew a 21-point lead. And these Cowboys fans walking, Eagles. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm about to drop both of you right now. And I said something to Gabby walking out, and I clearly was not – I clearly just needed to go home. But that was the only time I think at a bar I ever thought about just I'm like, if I smash a glass in this guy's head, how much trouble will I get in?
Plenty of trouble with me if we had a podcast to record.
Dude, this is before the podcast even started. This was a month before.
Oh, you could have done that then. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. What, Mark's going to complain? He didn't even join Belly Up at that point. But yeah, all right. So back to jerseys. What?
Nice tangent.
Yeah, right. I don't care. This is live stream, man. We're just having fun with it. What is your favorite? No, we already did that. What is your first jersey?
Oh, my first jersey. Oh, I forget. My first jersey, I think, might have been a Bruins jersey. They had the ugly old yellow Pooh Bear jerseys.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was just such an ugly logo. The bear on it was just a friendly black or brown bear. It even had a little smile, too, while it was just sitting there. It was awful. But I think also one of the first jerseys I still own, because I don't wear that, I got rid of it, is a nice little old crappy Truth jersey.
Oh, jeez. The old style Bob Stores Reebok.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why this is at my desk. When you asked, I was like, oh, I think I have that with me.
See, mine is weird. The oldest one I ever have as a jersey it's a tie. I think I within a month of each other. It was an Alex Rodriguez Yankee jersey.
Oh,
I loved A-Rod as a kid. Didn't matter who he played for. But him going to the Yankees and being local, I got to go watch him live. Because I played third base and I hit for power. So I loved watching him play. I modeled my swing after him. I wore his cleats. By the way, Nike Shox A-Rod, great cleats.
Did you do steroids too and play like a little bitch?
No, neither of those. I actually got.
I'm sorry, you're not like A-Rod then.
So here's the thing: is I was probably the kid in the league who got in trouble the most for smashing his helmet on the ground when he flew out. So like my swim
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yo, so literally we are like I think it was like my freshman year, and it's like adult. It's like the last level before it's just all high school. And so they had this like 7th grader on the mound, and I should have just blasted this ball to the next county. I think the game before I hit a 430 shot to dead left center. And I'm like, oh my, great. I'm going to hit another one. I'm going to look cool. And, because I had a crush on the youngest kid on the team's older sister who was in my grade. I was trying to show off. I hit a ball straight up in the air, and I jogged down the line, and the kid, like the worst kid in the team, caught it. And I took my, like those new air, those back when they had the new helmets with the vents in them.
Yeah.
They were not durable. I broke 3 helmets that year. I took that thing and smashed it. And the crack that went up, it was insane. And the worst part is, I used that the whole rest of the year.
You got to take the confidence on that. After you fly out, just like point to go, that was for you, baby. And then just go to the dugout.
I aimed for that, by the way. But yeah, so my oldest jersey is probably the McNabb jersey. Green McNabb. That's actually how I became a really big Eagles fan, because all my friends know the story. When I was a kid, didn't really follow football. My parents only really watched baseball as a kid. So my teacher was giving out pencils for NFL teams, and I got an Eagles one. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I started kind of trying to find a game on when I was a kid. I started watching Eagles a little bit. And then my dad had an NFL shop catalog open because he's a Vikings fan. So, you got to go to them to get anything good. So I saw the McNabb. I'm like, Mom, I want this for Christmas. I got it for Christmas. And that was the first of the 12 Eagles jerseys I have purchased in my lifetime. Then the oldest one I still have is Asante Samuel green Eagles jersey. So
I hate Asante Samuel.
Also,
Jared, just in case anyone watching doesn't really listen to the podcast, or even if they listen to the podcast and couldn't piece together, tell the people what teams you're a fan of, because it makes no sense.
All right, so we all know the Eagles. For baseball, Arizona Diamondbacks. Basic reason, I loved Reptiles when I was a little kid, and did not like the Red Sox. Really wasn't. I liked the Yankees, but I didn't really like the Yankees. I guess I rooted for them. They were like my proxy team when my Diamondbacks sucked from 2002 to
now
until 2011. So I still have my Diamondbacks gear all the time. I still have my fitted red D-backs hat, which is actually, it should be right. It's right over there. Whatever. I'm not gonna get up and get it. I got it the day they switched over logos. It went on an NFL MLE shop. I had a gift card for my birthday. I said, Mom, I want that hat. Ordered it. I was the first kid to have a new era fitted. That was for all the new baseball teams. I think it was 2007 when they changed all the logos over. A lot of teams changed the logos. So I got my red D-backs hat, which is still there. It's a 7 1/8. That won't fit over my head anymore.
That won't fit my head.
Yeah, I'm a 7 5/8 right now. So I am maxing out this cap right now. Yeah, dude, I have a big head, man. But so
3/8. I thought I had a big head.
Yeah, no, and now that I got all this flow in the back, yeah, it's even worse. I'm almost a 7 3/4 at this point. But for basketball, Minnesota Timberwolves, I loved Kevin Garnett as a kid. Basically simple. And even after he left, I still rooted for the Wolves, and I still will. Even though they did my boy so dirty. I hate Glenn Taylor with a passion. Now I know how some of these how some of these fans who hate their owners feel. Dude, it's not fun. Hockey, Penguins, my uncle, my mom's brother. It's like a second father to me. So I had to pick a team he liked, and I really wasn't about rooting for the Yankees that much or the Raiders. Really, I didn't want to do that to myself. And also, I love my Eagles. So I rooted for the Penguins because I didn't really have a hockey team. College football, I really had no team. Actually, I just liked players until junior year, and I went to a D2 school. So college football, there was kind of a joke. So, I mean, we made the playoffs, I think, my junior and senior year, but it was kind of boring. I used to do play-by-play for them, too. So, really, it was kind of I really couldn't be a fan, I guess. I don't know. But I root for the Hurricanes. I started watching those U documentaries. I'm like, this is so cool. And a lot of my favorite players from my childhood played for the U, like Ray Lewis, Andrew Johnson, Ed Reed, player I hated a lot, Antero Roll, Sean Taylor, who I loved, and RIP, Clinton Portis. There was so many, Willis McGahee, so many players I loved growing up played for the Hurricanes. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to be a Canes fan, and have been ever since. College basketball, I had a lot of friends who were Tar Heels fans when I was a little kid. I didn't even know what college basketball was. I just liked the NBA. And I'm like, what's it? What conference are the UConn Huskies in? They in the East? North Carolina Tigers, they like a minor league basketball team. And my buddy's like, no, we're in third grade. He goes, nah, dude, they're college. And I'm like, I like that logo. He had like the old jersey with like the black heel and the blue foot. I'm like, I like that. I'm going to be a Tigers fan. So I had my mom buy me a hat when I was a little kid and start watching them. Ironically, that year they won the national title. But yeah, so that's basically why my teams are all over the place. I have the weirdest reasons for everything. Kevin's just all Boston because, and he went to Alabama. So
yeah, I'm all Boston and then Alabama because I went to school there. But then also for this season,
Houston Voyagers.
Yep, that's our Madden League. Diehard St. Louis Battlehawks fan.
And for this year, Kevin's a member.
I was getting to that before he cut me off. For this year, after the Red Sox absolutely failed at the Mookie Betts trade, I am an Arizona Diamondbacks fan. Lifelong Arizona Diamondbacks fan as of 2 months ago.
And so is Zach Mack. We want to welcome both of you to our fun little club. There are 3 rules. 1, F the Dodgers. 2, Randy Johnson is God. And 3, Kevin Towers, RIP, basically is the reason we don't have a World Series in this decade. Because he basically destroyed that 2011 team that would have won the World Series if it wasn't for Ryan Braun taking roids.
The first 2 rules are how I live my life anyway.
Yeah. So, all right, that's jerseys, man. But listen, I wanted to talk about the other thing because you were talking about who's your least favorite sports commentators because everyone always talks to me like, yo, you want to be a commentator? Like, who's your least favorite? And I'm like, I got a list, man. And the worst is like, I don't even mind. Like the usual is like Chris Collinsworth. I don't mind Chris Collinsworth and Joe Buck. Honestly, Chris Collinsworth, if you hear him off camera, yes, he's extremely cocky, but he's very smart. Like there is not a dumb brain cell in his body. What drove me nuts was you could tell he bet money on the on the Patriots during Super Bowl 52. And when the Eagles started winning, he was getting sweaty a little bit. And it was hysterical. But honestly, my least favorite, and this is because of Madden, is Charles Davis and Kevin Gutton. I cannot stand those two anymore. I hear Charles Davis on like a regular podcast, on like a regular NFL game now, and I want to pull my ears off. Like I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And there was another one too I could not stand. The really deep voice lady from ESPN2 for college football.
Oh,
like I couldn't do her. Her games just got like she had no emotion. But Kevin knows my least favorite, and I don't even know how this guy still has a job. He was part of the draft coverage, and it pissed me off. He comes out of your nose. It's Booger. I don't know how that man still has a job.
That's an easy choice, though.
I know, but like I don't really hate that many broadcasters. Like, yes, some annoy me. Like Charles Davis only annoys me because he's annoying as hell in Madden. And I've played probably like 300 Madden games since we both bought the game the day we got back from the vineyard. But
August 4th. No, August. We got there like the 4th was day.
We got back on because I got my ticket on the 8th, remember? We got back 4 days before that. So we got that Sunday. So yeah, the 5th. We both bought it that night.
I bought it while we were on the vineyard. It started.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I waited till I got back. It was your shipped to you. I just bought mine online.
No, I didn't have it shipped to me. I bought it on my on my phone from the Xbox.
Oh yeah, because I couldn't hook up my Xbox app. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, but and it's not even anything against Charles Davis because I love hearing him talk on like radio and stuff because he's a very intelligent player, commentator, ex-defensive back, great player. But in Madden, he's such a dick when you screw up, and that's why I could not stand him. Like with Booger McFarland, he's like John Madden, but there's no comedic appeal. Like John Madden's funny, and he's a dynasty head coach. Booger McFarland was a marginal starter. Like what the hell? I didn't mind him when he was doing a college football analysis. I think it just started with that little booger wagon he was driving, and ever since then, I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah, you're not gonna like one of my picks. I hate Colin Cowherd with a burning passion.
Oh, I know we were doing like that stuff. If we were gonna say that, I would say Max Kellerman's number one.
Well, no. So here's the thing with Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith.
All right, no, because Kev, we're doing like commentators. if we're doing personalities, then I want to get back in this conversation.
Okay, then I'm just going
personality. Max Kellerman. Because Mark compared me to him last year, and I almost jumped through his damn camera and choked him out in Philadelphia. Because I hate that man with a burning passion. I even tweeted at ESPN. And ESPN, for some reason, when you guys see this, I will work for you for a fifth of his salary. I live 20 minutes down the road. I was a finalist for a job last year with you guys.
Dude makes probably about $1 million.
I think I said a fifth. I'll work for $200K.
I would do it for a 20th.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what you make now, but I'm just
more than I make now, but still. Yeah.
I mean, that's like double what I make now, but I would still work for ESPN for like marginal money, even just going on the air and arguing with Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith is one of the greatest broadcasters of all time. He just also, loses his facts a lot, and that's hysterical. I reminded the Hunter Henry argument when Teddy Bruschi's like, really, dude? He's on IR. What the hell? But, I hate Kellerman. I think Kellerman tries way too hard to be Skip Bayless. And yeah, Skip Bayless is ridiculous, but that's also a character he plays, because I like sort of half met Skip Bayless last time I was at ESPN on the campus, and this was how long ago it was, but like my buddy's friend who my buddy's friend's dad who worked there, he's like, yeah, Skip's like the nicest guy on the planet. That's all personality. And I'm like, that doesn't surprise me. He seems like he's a really cool dude. He goes, yeah, it's all personality. And even Coward's is a little bit of a personality too, because Colin used to be my buddy's like commuting buddy. They used to see each other every morning on the way in. So Colin came up and said hi to us. I was like, so see, he is freaking tall, dude. I am 5'11". This man was towering over me. I'm like, Jesus, you are tall. But I mean, he's like, most of these guys are actually pretty friendly. I've also heard some of them are not, which does not.
Yeah, that's not surprising though. See, so my thing with like the Kellermans of the world, the Stephen A's, the Skips, a lot of what they say is just for shock value. And I already said Stephen A is like it's an act. Kellerman's an act too. You could tell when he first started.
I can't stand Will Kane either, but
yeah, also kind of bad. But like Kellerman, when he started, it looked like he was dead inside based on his eyes when he was giving some of his takes.
Oh, basically like me listening to anything hockey or golf.
Yeah. But so the real analysts, air quotes, that I hate are Colin Cowherd, because I know you said it's an act. It's probably partially an act, but also he tries to act so much smarter than everyone, and he's not. And his hatred of Baker is just annoying at this point.
But Baker's the more and more tape I watch on Baker, though, the more and more I'm like, all right, Colin, maybe you should lay off him a little bit, but dude, you got a point. Holy crap.
No, so if you want to comment on his play on the field, that's fine. If you want to critique how he did last year.
Oh, the off-field stuff, no, I agree with you on that.
No,
that's ridiculous.
Like, he seems to dislike Baker on a personal level, and I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I don't either. It's to the point where I agree with that point. The reason I love Cowherd is because I can put him on every morning when I'm at work. Like today on warehouse duty, if I wasn't vibing so good with my rap music and everything else, I wasn't feeling so like happy and excited. I thought I was getting my laptop today, but Best Buy sucks. So basically,
there goes a sponsor that we
right.
Gonna get.
Yeah, so basically. No, I'm just kidding. Best Buy. You guys usually do right for me. This is a crazy time. I understand it. I'm getting my laptop tomorrow, folks. So we'll go back to actually a fully edited show instead of a raw show. But yeah,
there you go. Just critiquing my editing skills.
It's not bad, dude.
I've done it twice. Sorry.
Also, on Tuesday, I was so fatigued from like everything over this weekend. I was just like, let's just get this show done. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. So my other picks for people I hate in sports.
Yeah.
Rob Parker. Parker.
He went to college with me, by the way.
Well, he's an idiot, and your college should give you a refund because he has made a career off of he has made a career just off of hating the Patriots and talking down to them. What have you done, Rob Parker? And then finally, I've written a whole article about this. Mike Felger, I don't think he's a good person. I don't like his takes. And if anyone's saying like, "Oh, Kevin,
that's media, right?" That's why I don't recognize the name that much.
It's Boston.
Okay, even worse.
Felger's at WEEI, and the other guy I was going to mention, Shaughnessy. He works for the Globe.
I can't stand Shaughnessy. He looks like an oversized leprechaun.
Yeah, but so Felger, if anyone's like, Kevin, that's kind of hurtful just because you don't agree with the takes. He said Roy Halladay deserved to die because he was flying a plane. So that's the kind of guy Mike Felger is. So Scream.
First of all, this is live, so this is my actual reaction. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. We're probably gonna get some angry messages from Mike or something like you really can't say that stuff about other members of me. It's not that's not libel. That's not
Well, then
hearsay.
come on the show and talk to us about it, Mike. Like, damn. Like,
That's
Kevin
not
watching
hearsay or anything, though.
style.
He did actually say that there's no legal grounds to sue, so don't worry. Don't worry, Mike. Calm down. If you're actually watching. And then Dan Shaughnessy's just an idiot.
I hated him when he was on ESPN shows, so I completely get that.
I also hate the Boston Globe as a whole because a Red Sox owner, John Henry, owns the Globe too. So whenever the Red Sox do something dumb, there's an article that day or the next day immediately about what the Patriots did that was dumb.
And it's so funny. Like, as a fan of a mid-market team in baseball, I always complain about, we always get our star stolen. JD Martinez. I was dating a Red Sox fan at the time, so basically I didn't stop hearing about it for like a week. But I feel bad for like the Red Sox fans right now. And this is why I welcomed Kevin into Diamondbacks Nation with open arms. It's crazy to me that you have an owner that is so trying to keep not failing paper, but like it's not, I don't know how to write the word. It's a dying industry, print media. Basically, unless you're in New York or LA or Chicago, it's basically not worth it. Or small town, I guess. Even then, it's kind of like, because that's why I like didn't go the traditional route for like my careers, because I saw what was happening when I was a kid, and I was like, you should go intern at the New Haven Register, Hartford Current, great papers by the way, but I didn't see the point. My buddy worked at Hartford Current for 2 months, and he hated his life so much he quit. Came to work for Belly Up. I had to fire him because he didn't write anything, and then he's a manager at Old Navy for a while. Now he's working at NBC Sports. So good for our boy Alex. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I feel bad for Patriots fans and Red Sox fans alike, because right now this dude's just trying to rip you guys apart to cover the fact his team is going to be garbage for like the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. Keep your sunglasses on if you want to keep crying.
That's why I have them on, just in case anything like this comes up, so no one can see the tears.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, I didn't know if you're going to bring up Tom Brady or something, so I didn't want people to see.
Oh, come on, the GOAT? I love the GOAT.
Well, no, but
you hate Brady. I'm like, no, I don't hate Brady. I respect Brady. I just hate the fact that he kicked my team's butt for so long. I don't know. We got one last topic. This is what will be our finisher right now. One last. I guess we'll call it the last shot before we get rolling here. Favorite sports?
Finish your beer. The Uber's coming.
Empty already. I'm ready to rock and roll.
I mean,
I had Teller on Tuesday, man. I'm not doing that again. My stomach was hurting the next morning. But favorite sports moment. By the way, funny story. I have finished beers in the Ubers. I've like hid them underneath my jacket and was like drinking them when the guy wasn't looking. There's like me, my buddy, and 3 other girls, or like another guy in the car. We we're all like, dude, like but it was hysterical. But anyway, favorite sports moment for you personally?
Oh, anything from the 2013 World Series is probably number one on the list.
Okay.
Just because after the Boston Marathon and all that, the city needed something, and I love David Ortiz. This Is Our Fucking City is probably actually atop that list. Right after when David Ortiz comes out, first game back at Fenway, and he's like, you don't mess with us. Like, we're going to get through this. This is our fucking city. Or on a lighter note, 2nd and 26. When Tua Tagovailoa takes a sack, next play immediately hits Devontae Smith on a dart to beat Georgia in overtime.
That was crazy.
I love Tua so much. I'm so mad he's in the
other day, like, who caught that touchdown? Because you post that clip, and I'm like, this is actually beautiful. That's just great.
Incredible. And with the Titanic music in the background,
it makes everything better. All right, so for me, there's actually another Titanic song moment is the moment when the ball hit the ground at the end of Super Bowl 52, because I was in shock for about 30 minutes, and I sat there recording the trophy presentation, and I had my buddy's friends just talking in the background. I'm like, yo, shut the hell up. I'm still talking here. And I'm still recording this, and I still have them recording, and it still pisses me off I'm hearing this. And the worst is, yeah, it was bittersweet not seeing my favorite player being there on the field. But as a fan of a team that I'd always lived and died with since I was a little kid, like when we lost to your Patriots in 04, dude, I cried my eyes out as a 10-year-old kid for an hour. And I cursed the Patriots. And they talked about it the next morning in the morning announcements. And I flicked off the speaker. And my teacher got mad at me. And I had all these bandwagon Patriots fans giving me so much crap because the entire week on my desk, I have an Eagles hat sitting there. And it was crazy to me. But in Super Bowl 52, it was amazing because, like, I was going through a rough patch in my life. And that team got me through that from Carson lighting up the Redskins on opening day, to watching Zach Ertz dive over one of your cornerbacks. I can't remember. It might have been Eric Rowe for all I freaking know.
Eric Rowe, Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan. I mean, take your pick.
Malcolm Butler didn't play, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to be told by 18 Patriots fans how he would have locked Alshon Jeffrey up in the first quarter.
No, he would not have.
And I laughed. I'm like,
I don't think
that was the best game Alshon Jeffrey has ever played in his life. Like, he even bodied up Gilmore for a couple of drives. Like, that, Alshon Jeffrey's career peaked at that moment. That first touchdown from Foles was probably the greatest catch of his career. And the thing is, to me, it's crazy to me, is like that game, I was in shock and in panic mode the entire time. And then when Derek Barnett recovered that fumble, I jumped out of my skin. I was screaming. I was so excited. But, this is PTSD for Kev. And honestly, Kev, and the worst part is like, yeah, I was great against the Patriots, but it would have been better if it was against another team because I have so many family and friends who are Patriots fans. So bringing it up, I feel bad. So I hope if my Eagles do win another title, hopefully soon, I hope it's against a team that I don't know any fans of. And watch your mouth, kid. I hope it's against a team like I don't know any fans of because I want like it not to be uncomfortable. So like my mom is at a Super Bowl party wearing my Deshaun Jackson jersey. I think my sister, I gave her my Torrey Smith, LJ Smith jersey, and I gave Teddy my brother, my sister's boyfriend, my McCoy jersey. I was like giving them out like candy, and I said nobody touches the Goats jersey, and I had my Wentz on. And my mom said, yeah, it was me and a Bills fan sitting in the other room. All the Patriots fans were complaining the entire time. And I'm like, that's hysterical. And she goes, yeah, the Bills fan was high-fiving me every time the Eagles scored. I'm like, I love it. But that's my mama.
That Super Bowl, I watch at my neighbor's house at school. And so in my house was me, a kid who is from the next town over from me, actually. So we're both diehard Pats fans. And then our two roommates became Pats fans through us because one was a Packers fan, one was a Bucks fan.
Yeah.
Or one is a Bucks fan.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our neighbors is a Cowboys fan. Had a Cowboys jersey, had a Tony Romo Mavericks jersey, and was rooting for the Eagles.
And I understand why people did it. It's because of they'd seen the Patriots in the Super Bowl so many times, and it's just to kids our age who aren't Patriots fans, you've got to understand, Kevin. I know that's your team, and I know you with between the Patriots and Alabama, you had a team in the national title like every year. But here's the thing: it's like
you with the Patriots lose necessarily. If you were giving me shit during that game, fine. But there are 20.
I know, dude. It was bad. Dude,
there are 28 teams or 28 fans of 28 teams that should be rooting for the Eagles in that game. And there are 4 teams, fans, that shouldn't be rooting for the Eagles in that game. And that is Patriots fans, Cowboys fans, Redskins fans, and Giants fans.
Yeah. And so I had Cowboys fans telling me they were rooting for the Eagles because they just didn't want to see the Patriots win again. I had like Skins fans be like, yeah, man, you know what? I was thinking about you. I kind of want the Eagles to win. I'm like, I appreciate that. I had a Giants fan, my buddy Mike, I used to lift with back at my old gym back in Derby. I said to him, he goes, yeah, man, I root for the Patriots. I'm like, as a Giants fan? He goes, dude, I hate the Eagles more than I hate any other team. And I'm like, you know what? Real respect, real. Like, if it was a Patriots-Cowboys Super Bowl, well, one, I'd probably try to put myself under the table before the game started because that'd be complete misery. But I root for the Patriots, no question, because if we do my hierarchy of hated teams, I mean, as a broadcaster and as a journalist, I will be objective when I report news. But when you want my opinion, and it's a lot, and if I'm going straight off of emotions, it's basically there's 3 teams at the bottom: Saints, Redskins, Giants. 4: Saints, Redskins, Giants, and Cowboys. Patriots aren't even in like the bottom 5 anymore. I have so many friends and family who are Patriots fans. I dated a Patriots fan at this point. It's like I don't care. Like y'all, real respect, real. Y'all won a lot of games. I don't give a crap. Like paybacks, we got our payback. Who cares?
I actually exclusively date Patriots fans. Like that's a prerequisite for dating me.
I just can't date Cowboys fans. If you're a Cowboys fan, like there's got to be like some extenuating circumstance. Like you got to be like the most
from
amazing.
Dallas.
Yes, I
like that Southern Belle.
One of my closest friends is a Cowboys fan, and I have to go to his family's house, rocking an Eagles jersey or Eagles hat every time. It doesn't matter. His 2 younger sisters, his twin brother, his parents, all Cowboys fans.
But your closest friend is a diehard Patriots fan, right?
Yes, one of my 2 best friends is a Patriots fan. The other one's a Niners fan. I had to watch that poor kid watch his team choke away a lead. You want to talk about that man sucked more Hennessy and Fireball and beer than I could think of.
Dude, I went to school in like near Atlanta. Like imagine how I felt talking to Falcons fans after that.
Bro, it's me, Jeffrey, my boy. We're all sitting there and we're looking at him as Damian Williams breaks that run, and he's just like, and then his fiance called him afterward, and my mom's in the kitchen, my pop's in the kitchen because our fridge just blew up. Crazy night. And it was just like this whole big thing, and I felt so bad for the kid. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry.
So when I was in college, and we've mentioned it, I went to Alabama, so that's about a 3-hour drive from Atlanta, 4 if you count the time change. And when I lived with my friends, we would, on random nights, just drink, get drunk, and then wander around the place we lived. And so we went for one of these walks, and on our way back, we walk into a random house. They had their back door open. So we walk in, knock on the door. It was close to our house. It was probably 2 or 3 houses down. So we walked in, and then we immediately just see a gun just on the table. And we're like, oh, this might have been a mistake. And the guy's like, we're like, what's up? Like, oh, sorry, your door was open. We live a couple houses down. We've been drinking. And then we started talking to him. I'm so glad that it wasn't after the Super Bowl. It was a couple months before. Because otherwise, one of the kids was from Atlanta. It was his gun. If he heard 2 Yankees coming into his house after that Super Bowl, it might have been shoot first, ask questions later.
Oh, my God. Dude, you know what the worst part is? They're not Super Bowl, and my boss called me, and he's like, my daytime boss, he's like, Jerry, you didn't think the Patriots were going to win? You can ask my friend from college, my friend Hadley. I texted her at halftime. She's freaking out. She's angry. She's pissed. And I'm like, Had, relax. She's like, why? I'm like, y'all got Tom Brady. You're never had a fucking game. And she goes, well, we'll see. And I'm like, no. And then Atlanta script the field goal. And I'm like, oh, it's like watching the Titanic sink in slow motion. It's just, here it comes.
For that game, at halftime, I was annoyed at something. Like a bad play just happened. They threw a pick or something. And I went outside. And I was outside for a bit, and my buddy comes out. I was like, yeah, Pat just scored. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, you can't come back inside. They're doing well now that you're right here. I'm like, oh, I know.
It was one of those things. Oh,
it started raining, and I stayed outside for the entire second half.
Oh, God.
To this day, because whenever it's on, I'm doing something. I have not seen the entirety of the second half of that Super Bowl.
Wow. Yeah, can't say I've done that. The worst Super Bowl I ever watched, though, involved your Patriots. It was Patriots-Rams in basically the most embarrassment I've ever seen. And it brings the old question of Sean McVay, Todd Gurley, and Jared Goff. Never bring a kid to do a man's job. Man,
I don't remember that Super Bowl.
That Super Bowl. I mean, listen, I was almost rooting for you guys at the end. I'm like, just somebody score, put me out of my misery.
I watched that Super Bowl. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I was painfully sober for that one. This year was the first time I was clocked for the Super Bowl ever since college, man. Because, I'm there with a Niners fan, and they were up, so we were celebrating, we're blasting rap music in the kitchen, and we were debating top 5 favorite rappers and everything else, and we just keep drinking, and it turned into I'm like, oh my God, I just saw Damian Williams run at the end zone twice. And the worst part was, thank God I had off the next morning because I was just dead.
Funnily enough, this year was the first Super Bowl I was stone cold sober for because I had to go to work the next day.
Yeah, Kev being the classy professional.
Don't you forget it.
Yeah, I already did. All right. So
Super Bowl should be on a Saturday. That's the point.
Or at least President's Day weekend. Like, seriously, it's not a question. The fact that it's the second, it would be so great. And who cares about All-Star Weekend? All right, the dunk contest is basically dead now after Dwayne Wade screwed it up, and now, the 3-point shootout's just like, hey, who can hit the most Steph Curry shots? Woo! All right. Folks,
what does that have to do with the Super Bowl? No, you're not. What does the All-Star Game weekend have to do with the Super Bowl?
They're the same weekend. Because if they move it to President's Day weekend is always the All-Star weekend.
Okay, if I was confused by that, someone watching probably was too, so I felt
I apologize in advance.
We needed to explain that segment.
All right, we are over our time limit by about 10 minutes, but that's because we had a great time. And we're going to keep doing this every week because it was a blast. So I'm Jared. That's Kevin. We will catch y'all for the Corner Booth episode dropping tonight, probably around whenever Kev finishes editing it because my computer's still in the mail. We'll see y'all in a little bit.
Go watch Hardcore Honey's live stream now, too. They're on right now. They start at 7.
Yeah. So
peace.
10 minutes.